Okay, welcome back. It's out of the toaster oven, and I've sampled several pieces, which means it's tasting real good right about now. Let me give you a close-up of it. This is my barbecued lamb. Now, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? That's some pretty meat. Now that casserole dish is very, very hot, and I'm not like one of those chefs who likes to touch really hot stuff, but look at that. You see all that seasoning and stuff, and all of that's in there. Now, the only thing about barbecued lamb is I have not been able to get it as tender as I want. But it's kind of tender. There's a little tenderness to it. And when I start eating it, trust me, it's going to come off that bone. Not going to be so chewy. But it's at this point that I open pit. I haven't decided like on a favorite yet, because I just got really into this, and I love barbecue sauce. And so what I do is I kind of drown it a little in barbecue sauce, and I don't bother with mixing it around or anything like that. Just as long as it's on one side is sufficient for me. And I take it and I stick it back in there, and I'll probably let that do 10 or 15 minutes. And back into the toaster oven it goes, and I turn that right back up to 375. Now, at some points, I kind of got to the place where I want a little crispy, because I like crunchy, reminiscent of fried. Crunchy is reminiscent of fried. So, sometimes I'll put the broiler on, like at the very end of the thing, and it'll give me a little crispy. So, because I like that kind of little crunch on the meat sometimes. But anyway, that's that. And while that's happening, what I'm going to do, and I would have had this done, but I've been on the phone talking to my sister Kathy. She's a social worker, and when people ask me, and people do, they ask me all the time, well, who do you talk to, when you feel stressed, or how do you, because every good psychiatrist has a psychiatrist, and every good counselor has a counselor, and, well, I'm a recovery coach, and I do have my own coach. And she is my sister, and she's a social worker, out of state, of course. But, I mean, she's fabulous for me, because she's constantly encouraging me and keeping me on point and, helping me to kind of, despite the challenges that I face, because I have my own set of challenges like any of the rest of us. But she helps me keep things in perspective, and she assures me that as she helps me keep things in perspective, I help her keep things in perspective. But when I need to vent and I need someone to talk to, who I believe will understand where I'm coming from, and not just listen, but also have constructive suggestions, it's my sister Kathy. So I talk to her weekly, at least. And when I'm having a trying week, or a week of a lot of trying week, I call my sister Kathy, and we chat for hours. We chat for hours, and it's a conversation. So it's very much peer like, and it's the same type of sessions that I have with my peers as a recovery coach, as a recovery peer advocate, certified, mind you. It's a conversation. It's a dialogue. I'm not creating a plan for them, and she's not creating a plan for me. She just kind of helps me refine and stay focused. Don't let whatever challenges I'm facing throw me off. Now, this is something I bought at the grocery store this week, which I thought was like really, really. My grocery store actually produces it. It's their brand, Best Yet Supermarket, and it's whole pepper in a whole pepper grinder. And this thing is fabulous. I like this. Here, let me give you a tighter shot. When I get a camera crew and everybody, then we can really do some stuff. But watch this. Now look at those flakes of fresh pepper. Not only does that look fabulous, that tastes fabulous. Look at those. Do you see those big peppercorns in there? And this thing is really, really good, and it's just plastic. The unfortunate thing about it is I may have to at some point, get another one, but I think it looks like it screws on and off. So all I'll have to do is essentially is replace the peppercorns. I like that a lot. The other thing I got, Wellness Ready, this is about Wellness Ready, is sea salt. See? That is sea salt in the same type of grinder. And look at the sea salt rocks. See how large those rocks are, can you? No, likewise, it makes it granulated like a regular little box of salt. Fresh. Now I'm going to leave that out for my spinach salad because I'm really into spinach salad these days. I would put a little, what do they call it? Pat of butter in there, like my mom used to do. I don't have a problem with cholesterol, and I really do. I eat real butter. I mean, why eat margarine if I don't have to? So, but I'll just put that on. I can't say that the butter really registers on anything other than bread, and trust me, I love buttered bread. Me and buttered bread, we're down like 4 flat tires, for real. But I'm gonna let you watch me put this salad together rather quickly. It doesn't take very long, and this is my potato bread. Do not eat a lot of this stuff. It is addictive. Potato bread, I love it. I have such a small space, but it's not how much space you have, it's what you do with it, right? Okay, so that's on. This is going to be a real simple process. I'm going to need my bigger bag to put my spinach in. I started eating this spinach, and I've kind of gotten addicted to it. I actually like it. I remember as a child, I used to eat grass and stuff like that. Grass, leaves. I wanted to know how they tasted. I did. I actually used to eat crayons. You know, the big fat crayons when I was in kindergarten. And yellow was the color I preferred. I liked the flavor of it, believe it or not. Okay, so we're going to get since I have to go in the refrigerator anyway, see that little refrigerator? Here, let me see if I can get you a close-up and hope it's clean inside. Now, all those cords and everything, that's to the equipment. I'm not going to put your face in the light or anything, but there's a light over here. That's a lighting stand, and there's a light up there. And, of course, the camera stand is here. So these cords kind of connect everything. And, of course, my toaster oven is plugged in. And I have to unplug. I just lost something. Is the camera still rolling? Camera's still rolling. I had battery power, but I had the camera plugged up because, I'm using it so long. Anyway, since I'm in here, I can get a pat of butter. And I like butter. I told you I like butter. I really do. So I'm just going to, I'm over here. There we go. I'm just going to come over here, and I like these little demarcations on the butter. See where it tells you how much you're getting, right? And I'm going to get 1/2 tablespoon of butter to put in this corn.